In July of 2022, while delivering the commencement speech at the Fisk University graduation for mini college, I found that I couldn't do what I needed to do. I couldn't say what I needed to say. And my coworker, and I call her Miss P affectionately, Miss P noticed the difference in me slightly, and she took over because it was just us hosting the event. And she says that I sat on a windshield. It's a big windshield. And that someone knocked a bottle of water over. And that the water spilled on me. And I didn't react to it. I can tell you now with complete 100% certainty, I don't even remember that. I don't remember that. What I do remember is I was sitting there trying to get myself together. And one of the parents came up to ask me something. Something simple like, where's the restroom? And I answered her. But I didn't answer her. And she laughed awkwardly. And I tried to laugh awkwardly, but what happened was whatever my answer was got caught up. Just garbled. And so she moved on. And that's when I decided I needed to get some air. So I stood up, I turned to my left, and my feet wouldn't work. Nothing worked. I just took a step and everything went haywire. And I felt myself fall. I felt two hands on my back. I couldn't even turn around and say thank you. And that's what I remember. That's what I remember. I remember next thing I recall is my mom, even though I didn't recognize her then, because the amnesia set in so quickly that I didn't even remember my name. I didn't remember anything. Who my mom was, who my best friend was, who was stopping by the hospital bed every day. I couldn't remember anything, and I couldn't speak. Every time I would speak, people would just look at me and then turn around and start talking again because nothing but gibberish was coming out of my mouth. So my right side was paralyzed. My right side was paralyzed. And I was told I had a stroke. Not even then. A while from then, after a round of unbelievable things. This woman, when she was signing me up for a physical body work expert to help me with my body, she was just listing off all the facts. So your name is, date of birth is, she said you had a stroke on, and I was like, stroke? Hold on a second. And she was like, she froze. And I froze. And it was quiet for a long time before she finally said, do we need to stop? And I said, no, let's continue. And that was the first time I'd heard that I had a stroke. This was weeks later, months later, I believe. I can't even keep up with the timeline. But anyway, I had a stroke and I survived. I remember seeing a wheelchair in my room early on. And even though I couldn't remember anything, I just remember seeing that wheelchair and thinking, no, I will not climb in that wheelchair. I will not. And that's before I knew anything about who I was, right? But I declared I wasn't going to ride in that wheelchair. And And I used to take off all the wires connected to me in order to get up and walk to the bathroom, half paralyzed side and everything. Yeah. So running has saved my life. Now, I took a bit of a leap from walking without a wheelchair to running, but you see the connection. Like, I wouldn't get in the wheelchair. I found my way walking to the bathroom, and I kept on pushing. I kept on fighting. I kept on fighting. And every time they gave me something, a crane, what's that thing called? Hmm, I can't remember what it's called. But even that is my aphasia kicking in every once in a while. But anyway, they gave me things that they wanted me to use, and I just kept on deterring them, deterring them, deterring them. And so now I can walk, even though technically I'm still slated to ride in a wheelchair. So that's a lot of energy. It's a lot of energy to walk every day, to run every day. But I just know that I've got to do that to avoid riding in a wheelchair, avoid using a cane. I've got to do all that to avoid these other things. And so running really saved my life. And having the goal of running a marathon right then, right then, right then changed everything, because I wanted to run a marathon immediately to change the conversation that people were having around me. Because people were having conversations about me, I could hear it. I could hear it. I could hear it. People were having these thoughts about me that were really dark. And I had to change the conversation that people were having about me. So I changed that conversation to, oh, did you hear Sekou had a stroke? Yeah, but he's running a marathon. It's like, yeah, I changed the conversation that people had about me, you know? And so that changed things for me. And I'm still fighting. I'm still fighting. But I changed the story about me. So I ran in the 2022 New York Marathon less than 4 months. Less than 4 months after having that stroke. I can't even believe it. I can't even believe it. So I still suffer from memory issues and aphasia, but my life is better without the wheelchair. And I'm trying to do the best I can every day. Every day. And also, I published a book that I wrote before the stroke. Let me repeat that. I published a book that I wrote before the stroke. I just found it. I was like, what is this? I found it, and it helped me. It helped me. And so I put it out to help you, help anyone out there like you, to help you get through it. Because who knew? Who knew that I was going to write a book that was helpful to me? So ashe to that. So every day, I don't feel like running. I don't feel like running. I think I've felt like running maybe 6 days out of 407 days so far. 407 days I've been running every day. About 6 days I felt like doing it. The rest of the days I just got to get up and get after it. Get up and get after it. Get up and get after it and fight for it. Ashe. So aside from that, I have a show that you can find on YouTube. It's probably the best thing to do to find it, where I talk about these issues. And I also talk about how to be rich. How to be rich. Yeah. Get Rich 101. Get Rich 101. So, and with your help, I'm going to be a motivational speaker, because I need to speak to people who have had this experience, and speak to people who have maybe not turned the corner as well as I have. And my 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 motivational advice is find your anger. Find your anger. Because everyone will tell you I'm a nice guy. I'm a super nice guy. Who complained about my niceness before. But I had to find my anger at that wheelchair, my anger at that cane, my anger at everything to fight, to fight, to fight. And no one told me that running was going to help. No one told me to stop using the cane. No one told me to stop using the wheelchair. I knew it in myself. I knew it in myself. So I advise you to get in touch with yourself and fight. Fight the good fight. Ashe.